Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day. Today is Tuesday the 25th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning, kind of stayed in bed late. I didn't have any other dogs here except my own, and he was not in a big rush to get outside, so I was able to just kind of lounge around the bed and kind of hang out with my wife a little bit longer than normal, and I had to jump up and take care of all the animals and stuff. So it's kind of nice having a lazy ass start to a morning. So I got up, eventually got the dog outside, jumped in the hot tub for a little bit, was out there basically chilling out in the hot tub, had been there a few minutes, and my wife came out in a bit of a panic kind of thing. I'm like, what the hell? And she said the neighbor's dog's out and I can't get it put back in the crate, and it tried to attack her or something. I'm like, what the hell? So I said, hey, run there and grab me some, shorts real quick, whatever. It says out there, just like, my robe. So she went back and she actually got my yesterday's running gear. So I just threw on a shirt and shorts, and then grabbed my outside shoes that are by the back door and chucked them on, no socks on. So I got wet feet in my shoes, and my shoes have like yard debris and everything. So now I got these like gross muddy feet. But I head out real quick. I grab a leash and I grab my dog. I don't put him on the leash, and I head outside. It's one of the neighbors of the south dog, but I heard the neighbor to the north kind of hollering and stuff, like getting her dog back inside. I didn't know what was going on. So I came out and I see the husband of the owner of the dog to the south, and he's heading north. And I'm like, so I walk back through stuff, and I take Bruce with me because Bruce I've kind of trained him to basically go grab dogs' collars and hold them down for me when dogs are loose. So it works real well. So we're heading up that way. We can't find a dog. The neighbor said that she saw the neighbor to the north saw the neighbor to the south dog out, and was trying to get him to go back to the house, and was fine until he got right like by the properties. They're heading up there, and the dog kind of started trying to attack after her, kind of thing, like he was getting real aggressive with her. So she was like, fuck that. So she didn't know what to do. So she came to my house and banged on my door, and then my wife and mother, like, basically like, okay, we'll go. So my wife came out and got me. We're like, okay, cool, whatever. So we head up, and we're chatting a little bit. I can't find a dog, and we're heading north, and we don't see him anywhere, and he's just lost, and we have no idea where he's at. And we get to the intersection, and I don't want my dog running ahead of me across traffic. I don't know, the car's coming and stuff. So we get there, we cross the traffic, and I finally see the dog up there, a few houses on up the way, like quite a ways up. So I basically sent Bruce after him. Like, Bruce, go get him. Like, just go get him and stuff. They've met before, so it's not like I'm really concerned there. And my at least goal is, if Bruce doesn't hold this dog down, this dog will at least want to play with Bruce. And as he's trying to play with Bruce heavily, it will basically allow me time to catch up there. And as we were getting up there, the dog was hadn't spotted Bruce yet. Bruce was like, why am I getting this dog? Like, it was too far away for him to realize, because it wasn't running from him. But normally the dogs are running from us when I send him after him to go get him. So he was kind of confused, like, what are we doing? He didn't really know what was happening right now either. So we were like, okay, cool, whatever. So we're doing stuff, and as we got there, lady was out, and I don't know if she had kids or not, and she's talking about, oh my, there's a dog outside and stuff, and then she saw me and my dog, and she goes, oh, they're out with their dogs. I'm like, no, we're trying to catch that Rottweiler. Like, I'm like, didn't want her, like, kind of didn't say, hey, that Rottweiler's acting weird today, it's not mine, but I'm trying to catch it, kind of thing. But I didn't want to scare her, but I also didn't want her thinking that she could just come chill out there and like start petting that dog, kind of thing either. So I'm like, whatever, kind of deal. And then as we got closer, Bruce basically got right up on him, and then Raja ran over to start playing with Bruce, and I was able to snatch Raja, which normally doesn't have a collar on. Thank God the dog had a collar on at least now. And I was able to grab the collar and stuff, hook the leash up, give it back to the owner, and then Bruce and I headed back to the house. And at that point, I hooked him back on the leash, because technically he's supposed to be on the leash for the rules of our town if they're not on your property. So got that all done, headed back to the house. Is that weird thing? The only thing worse than getting like no hot tub time is getting like 4 minutes of hot tub time. It's just such a pain in the butt. So went ahead, said hell, I'm getting back in the hot tub. So I jumped back in the hot tub, finished out my soak. From there, got up, got a couple things around the house done, kind of hung out there, my dog in the yard, and then went across the street, started messing with some stuff in the house. Had to run up to Florida All Power Supply, whatever. It's a plumbing electrical supply company. Picked up a range plug for the 220 for my new oven. They had one in stock. Also needed a shut-off valve that runs to my dishwasher, because the ones there is just contractor grade bullshit that's been there since the house built in 08. And it was, even though it was off, it was still dripping through a little bit. So the hose going to where the dishwasher would have been, I had to put a 5-gallon bucket there to catch all the water come out of it. So, but yeah, got that bought, got back to the house, and then the compression fitting that's on the pipe wouldn't come off. So I got my oscillating tool out, got it cut off, and that the little compression ring, got it all replaced, got it all tightened down, and haven't turned the water on yet, because I also found a leak leaking above my hot water heater, and I figured since the hot water of the house is shut off, I might as well go ahead and take care of that now too. So So I was like, let's go ahead and get that done. And I have not done that yet. So it's still in the way. Technically, I forgot I was going to do that. So, yeah. But I started working on the range, got that all wired up. It's ready to get put in. Now I got to just slide it into place and plug it in. And then I started working on the microwave goes above it. And I wanted to get it done before I put the oven in place because I've got to work around the oven. That doesn't make any sense. So, got the pattern up there. I got the, I guess the little hook, the tray, the what do you want to call it, that mounts the wall. I got it in place but not tightened down yet. I need to get a different socket on it to basically tighten it in. So I was able to hit two 2x4s in the wall, which would be good because they had like, the old one had like lag bolts and stuff, and I don't trust lag bolts. They're just kind of garbage. But went ahead and got that done. I got the holes drilled in the cabinet above for the cord to come through, and also for the bolts to come to the top of the cabinet to bolt the microwave to as well, and get that all done. I have not got it put in place and anything tightened up. So I'm trying to keep the holes and everything as small and tight as I can, just for less issue, but I gotta see if I can get it all lined up, which will be a bit of a problem. So I might have to wait and get my wife or my mother to come over and help me to make sure I can get it all lined up in place, that it all lines up well. And I'm gonna try and do it myself, because if I do everything by myself. But yeah, went ahead and got that done. Got back to the house, was doing a few things over at my place, and then in between times, Mom asked me to get down a bunch of like our turkey platters and that kind of stuff off the top shelf, because she's packing things up to move over to the new house any day now. Whenever they decide they want to move, we're gonna move. And went ahead and basically she asked me to get them down. So I got like a stack of these plates and bowls off the top shelf. And as I'm setting down on the counter, she like goes to grab it. Like I'm like 2 inches from the counter, and she goes to grab. I'm like, what are you doing? Like stop! Like what are you doing? Like she goes, well, I'm trying to make sure they don't tip. I'm like, they're not gonna tip. I have possession of these. I have control of these, and you're putting an angle on it because it's hitting your hand, and now tilts in the wrong damn way. Like you need to back up. Like this is one of the reasons why I don't want help from people often, is because they think they're helping, but if you don't tell me, hey, I'm going to also grab that, I'm going to take that from you, you're going to tell me what you're doing, you're now going to mess me up. And that's just, yeah. So I got it put down. I basically, I'm like, don't touch this stuff. Like, what are you doing? So I got the ones put on the stove so she could wrap those all up and all that good fun stuff. And then had a couple other things done. Headed back across the house, working on different things over there. I was still working on the microwave when I realized the time was getting close, that had to go get my run in, because I had a meet and greet set up for 5 o'clock and 6:15. I had 2 separate meet and greets coming. Went ahead, said hell, was able to get my run done, got my shower, in and out of the shower super quick, and then I had about a half an hour, I had probably about 20 minutes to spare or so, whatever, 25 minutes to spare. And then 15 minutes early, I look up and he pulls my driveway. I'm like, what the hell? Like, no texts are coming. I'm like, okay, I was supposed to have a text, but whatever. Serious stuff, this and that. And it was the people for the 5 o'clock meet. So they were there a little early, and I'm like, no problem. So I went in, as I put my dog in the back room, and I walked out, and I'm like, what are you guys doing here? Like, I've already watched your dog. What are we doing to meet and greet? And I know these customers. Like, we know them. We watch their dogs. Like, my wife goes and stays at their house and stuff. And I'm like, oh, you haven't met this dog yet? And I'm like, yep, that's the exact same dog. Same. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I thought it looked familiar, but why would they do this? Nope. Same name, same breed, looks almost identical, but different dog. That's the third one now with the same name, and that felt weird to me. But we hung out. Dog got along fine with Bruce. A little bit skittish around Bruce when we first met, but they chilled out just fine. And I guess their dog is really skittish around most men. Like, it doesn't like men and stuff. But the dog took to me like instantly. Like, we got along great, splendidly well. We chatted, talked a little bit, had ourselves a little nice little conversation and stuff. They took off, and then my wife got home from work. We were talking a little bit and stuff, and then I reached out to the 6:15 and told them, hey, I'm wrapped up a little early. If you want to come over early, you can. She said, absolutely. She goes, I'll take off right now. I'll see you in about 15 minutes or so. So she basically headed over, and she got there, instead of 6:15, she got there right about 6 o'clock. So I was able to knock that out. Met her 2 dogs, and her one dog was kind of barky and like just that annoying barking at Bruce quite a bit and stuff. So it's like, let's go in the backyard. So I rarely ever have dogs go in the backyard with me, but there's no other dogs here except Bruce and them. And I wanted to see how the dog did, and there's the 2 dogs. The one dog was like super chill. Like, he was 100% fine. Absolutely not a problem at all. And the little one was the one that was kind of the annoying one. And I went ahead, basically took them out of the yard. They played around. They got along splendid out there. Everything was great. The neighbor's dog, actually, the one that was loose, came out and was barking at the side of the fence. And that dog barked a little bit, but listened when I told it not to. It was able to kind of settle down and stop barking. So I had pretty good faith in what was going to happen there. We were all good to go. So I went ahead and held it and got it booked up on my end. Got to wait for her to finish hers on her end, which I think part of it, she's still not sure the exact date. She might have changed a date early or whatever for drop-off kind of thing. So went ahead and basically got that done. Then we ended up having ourselves a nice little meal. I was getting pretty hungry because I skipped dinner last night. I had some chips and salsa, and that's basically all I had last night. Like, I was went to bed. So I was definitely feeling hungry. So my wife made herself another burger and vegetables and all that kind of stuff she was having, and I heated myself up a can of soup, which every once in a while I really enjoy soup. I don't know why, I enjoy the hell out of it. It's one particular Campbell's healthy chunky whatever the hell it is or something. It's like a gumbo thing, whatever. It's kind of spicy, but it's really good flavor. So knocked that out. Watched a little bit of a new show called Hap and Leonard and Hap. I'm not sure which one it is. It don't matter. But watched another episode of that, and I've seen the show, but I'm rewatching it for my wife and I to watch together because I enjoyed the show and it's a pretty good little thing. So there's a lot of little nuances that I'm picking up on now. I kind of missed the first time through, so it's kind of nice to have that process as well. So, but yeah, overall, from there we got done with the show, and then I headed out to the backyard to hang out with the dog and have myself a nice little cigar and chill out for the evening. So that's all I got right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.